Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. For those who don't know, I'm Dr. Abdullah Ashraf. I have an Instagram page. I'm currently trying to build a good community on YouTube as well. I'm a graduate of Allama Iqbal Medical College, which is in Pakistan, and I've cleared my USMLE Step 1 and I've done PLAB and am a GMC registered doctor. And I'm currently applying for jobs in the United Kingdom while I complete my USMLEs. So today's video is kind of requested a lot by the people on Instagram, and that is how to build a CV. And it's kind of a technical skill that not a lot of us know about, including me. I didn't learn how to make a CV until like the final year of my medical college. And that was with a lot of help from my sister, who's kind of on the business side and knows how to make CVs. So without wasting any more time, let's get straight to it. I have my iPad. You can use any device that you like, and let's just get started on that. Okay. I'm going to be using Pages, which is kind of already built into the iOS software. You can use Microsoft Word. It doesn't really depend on what app you're using. For the purpose of this video, before I start making the CV, I'm just going to clarify a few things. I'm not going to be using my own personal information because obviously it is the internet. It's a very vast place and I don't want my information to get into the wrong hands, but I will be providing you with a template on how you can make your own CV from scratch. So don't worry about that. Let's just get into the process and take things from there. Okay. I've kind of mirrored my screen onto the YouTube video. I hope you guys can see it. When you open your application, you're going to start off with a blank page. Okay. And on the top of your blank page is going to be your title, and your title is going to be your name. So for example, my name is Dr. Abdullah Ashraf. Okay, write down two things. That is 2 point of contacts. One is going to be your email, one is going to be your telephone number. I'm just going to add my email that I use for collaboration, brand collaborations, and other social media. And that is going to be, I'm just going to type it down, ashrafologyofficial@gmail.com. Okay. After that, you're going to type your phone. When I add a phone number to my CV, I usually add the country code or the area code from where the phone number is from, because that you don't know where your CV is going. So that's why I do that. Okay. So I'm just going to add my phone number here. So it's going to be whatever. Let's just do +1 XYZ. Like I said, it's social media. I can't be using my own personal details. So I hope you guys understand that. So the first kind of thing in a medical CV is going to be your education, because what are we doing all the time? We're studying. So that's going to be the first thing on your CV. You're going to write education. Okay. So giving the title of education for the sake of a CV, or whenever you're applying somewhere, you always write things in chronological order. So the most recent things will be mentioned first, and things that you've done in the distant past will be mentioned last. My most recent educational degree, and that is in May of 2023, I got my MBBS from Allama Iqbal Medical College. Okay. So that's going to be your education heading. Okay. And you're just going to fill everything in from there, including where you did your O levels, A levels, FSC, matriculation, everything. You're going to write down that in your education. You don't need to write down the grades that you got from these institutions. They will be in a separate column. Okay. So that's how we start. Next column will be clinical experience. So let's just write that down, clinical experience. Okay. And you're going to write down where you got clinical experience from. Now you can categorize this into clinical experience that you were paid for, i.e. a job, or clinical experience like an internship, an observership, or an elective. You can specify that. So I'm just going to say that from June 2023 to June 2024, I was a house officer or an intern doctor in Jinnah Hospital, Lahore, which is kind of my parent hospital attached to Allama Iqbal Medical College. There we go. Okay. So I hope you're getting it. And after you've done that, you can add another column for clinical experience that were internship based, observership based, elective based. Then academic achievements. Like I said before, don't mention it in the education column. We're going to mention our academic achievements in a separate column. For example, I'm just going to write that I got a distinction in May of 2023 in the subject of medicine. Okay, so there we go. After academic achievements, we're going to go into another title called postgraduate qualifications and other certifications. Now, obviously, if you're still a student, I don't think this applies to you, but you can still give a column of certifications and add the postgraduate part later on when you have graduated. Okay, so I'm just going to write that down: postgraduate qualification and other certifications. Okay, great. Now, and you can write anything that you want. For example, I cleared my PLAB, I cleared USMLE. I'm just going to write that in September of 2024, I was certified by Resuscitation Council UK, and I am an ALS advanced life support provider. Okay, ALS. Yeah, okay, there. Next heading is going to be called skills. Okay, and in this column, you're just going to write the skills that you have. Now, it could be, this is kind of up to your imagination. You can make this as vast as you want it. For example, in my internship, we learned how to do basic suturing and tying surgical knots. So surgical skills such as, for example, suturing, tying surgical knots. Now, this can be totally up to your imagination what you add into this. This could be anything really. This could be, I know how to interpret chest x-rays. I'm a really good communicator. I have great interpersonal skills. These are all things that you can mention in the skills column. Okay. Now we come to extracurricular achievements. That's the next heading that you're going to give. And I'm going to write, for the sake of this conversation, and it's actually pretty true as well. So in the extracurricular column, I'm just going to write that from March 2018 to May 2023, I was the college journalist for Humans of AIMC, which is basically a community within my college or alma mater. Okay, so again, just like the previous column, skills column, this is totally open to interpretation and how much participation you played in various societies of your college. Totally up to you. Okay. Then we get a little bit creative. Now you can come up with any kind of headings that you feel are necessary. And I'm going to add social media as a heading because I feel like it's a big achievement. I'm really proud to have such an amazing group of people following me. So I'm just going to write social media, Instagram, and that I have 27,000 followers. You can elaborate on each and every point. The purpose of this video is to not overwhelm you. It's just to teach you how a basic CV is made. Okay. I'm going to add another heading. Okay. And that is community-based projects. And community-based projects, I will include that for example, in November, I was invited by Nishtar Medical College to give a webinar on PLAB 1. So I'm just going to write that down. Okay. So again, it's really up to your creativity and imagination how the next headings are going to be going. Finally, I like to finish this off with clinical achievements so that we come back to the medical aspect of things. And I'm just going to write that in September. Okay. September of 2023, I was one of the best house officers for medicine unit 2. Okay, and we're almost done. So if you watched till now, I would really appreciate that you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. It would mean a lot to a small influencer like me. So and now we're just going to finish this off with hobbies and interests and languages. So hobbies and interests, we're going to write whatever you feel uh, is necessary. I'm just going to write that I do resistance training, which is just a fancy way of saying that I go to the gym. I listen to music. You could write what kind of artist you listen to, totally dependent on you. And finally, languages is the last column, and you're going to write that I speak English. I'm a native to English language. I'm bilingual. Okay. And that I can also speak Urdu/Hindi. I'm also fluent or bilingual in that. And that's it. We're pretty much done. Obviously, this was a very short and condensed version of what a medical CV looks like. It's actually much more elaborate on this, but again, it totally depends on you and your imagination and how expansive you want to make it. You can elaborate on these points and make a good CV on your own. Take your time, give it a day or two, and you would have a really good CV on your hand. You can adapt this style or you can follow a style of your own. I thought I would just help you guys out. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment box below and I'll try to help you out.